Watch, you'll hear something. You'll hear someone go, look at me. Oh, look at you. That's what you keep saying. It's not windy. And look at, doesn't this kind of shit happen in fall? Oh, I used this. Oh, what's that? Where is it? She said, look at me. This is her bath right here. And you're supposed to not be using water. So that's, oh, look at you. She likes to chase water, but she's too hot. In my poor grass. It's all dead and almost late. Yeah, people who have drip systems and all that kind of shit hooked up for sprinklers, to not utilize it is foolish. Cause that shit ain't cheap. So look at all the grapes that aren't on there. There, that shows the bottle tree. The bottle's broken. Oh, look at you. Oh, you don't want to see those feet because those feet are probably going to get amputated eventually. I was attacked today. I was being stalked, basically. I was over here, and I heard this, and there's been this June bug that's been coming around real close and like being very menacing. So I tried to make it go away, and then I was standing right about here and looking this way. Oh, look at you. But I was standing right about here, and out of nowhere, this thing came and it hit me in the back of the head. I was assaulted. And I went chasing it with this hose. It's probably watching right now. You know what I'll tell it? Yeah, right. Yeah, yes. It may be a June bug, another species, but you know what? It can still get raped. Oh, here's some symbolic shit for you. Oh. Where is she? she's right there, but I can't see. Remember my horse friends? Look at them. Look at all my friends. I don't see them anymore. I used to hose them all down in the summertime. And they're all right there. But you're gonna want some origin shit of my music? Did you hear that? I just heard that. So, see, that possibly could be MC. Because she was known to bend it back here. But she is mentioned in some of the songs. That's hot. I want her to come down here. I can't tell. Here she is. Here, this will give my new EP that's coming up. See the hummingbird that's right there? And that keep picturing it. And say from about right here. Oh, see that? The stump. Of Mother Mary and the hummingbird MC who was her spirit is there. And there's Miss Look at You. But yeah, that's the classic that. But with Mother Mary in the show. And the swing, that is the swing, the swing. Look, it was right here. And oh, see this here? That's the peach tree and the honeysuckle plant that has grown together. That me and and what's his name did that. But there's that plant, there's Mother Mary. And we see that there's somewhere. Those crows who I've been documenting. I have it on video where it was right here on the fence, and they were looking at me with hate and wanting me to get raped because the baby crow fell out of the nest and Miss Look at You picked it up and ran into the doghouse with it. That's some real shit. And the crows, the same crows that were up there that I've always talked about, the dad crow and the mom crow, were riding up, looking and with such hatred, and they were down on the shed, like going down and pecking at her tail. And I was thinking, and she was antagonizing them. And I said, you can be pecked to death. I gotta move that trash can. That just makes me think about convention Oregon. um, so yeah, that's a real mood killer. Oh, look at you. See that? There they are. Whoa! That's that hole I fell in again. Is that the dad crow? I think that's the dad crow. So, there's that hole right there. And, so the crows were staying right there, and they would not leave her alone. And if she came out of the doghouse, they went, there he is. But, and how crows are really smart and all that shit. And I said, you will be pecked to death. And then I made some really negative joke about it being in the newspaper that a man was found with his whole face and everything pecked out by crows. I said that I don't want that was horrible. And then I said, wait a minute. Come on, I wanted the crow to come down. And look at you. Because it was the one, the dad crow with the missing feather. I've always said, oh, look, there they are. And after that, he was right. They were... And it was with such hatred. And I looked at them, I said, we used to be friends. Because he was looking at me with nothing but pure hate, wanting me to get raped. Again. So, when they were over, I'll point to the area where those all those cactus are. There he is. I see his face. He's gonna say, you know what? I still hate you, bitch. Yeah, I used to think he was great, and now he hates me. And look at you. When he was like, I got video of him coming around the corner, walking around on the ground to go and get poor Miss. Look at you. He's making this face with his beak. Oh, that's just a branch. I can't. There he goes. Whoa. Well, so it was right around this area. Oh. Because they wouldn't. You had to squirt, because if you throw things at them, they remember shit and they tell their whole family. So it'll be generation after generation of these crows will be getting raped in the ass because someone in your family was an asshole. So he was on there, like getting really pissed off, and on top of that, this shit, and we're like, and I think I told someone this, well, probably because I'm never on anyone, I told it to myself, that, and the mother crow was looking, and I felt really awful, because I was like, I had been watching, and I knew there was a baby in there, and then so I couldn't get pissed off, because it was her baby that got, and then seeing her pick it up and run into the doghouse, and then the crows really. So it was weeks that they were doing this to her, and then when I was standing right there, I was trying to be like the the crow whisperer. He wanted me to still get raped, and it was the mother and the dad crow right there, and they were real close, both just. It was unreal. Their wings and everything were going like that, and I picked a rose out of one of the branches, so I came here and I set the rose in the like on the top of the fence. So and then I was looking at the crows, trying to communicate telepathically or some shit. I said that I'm sorry that the baby died, and that when she saw the baby fall out, that the baby was he was not alive when she took it. And I tried to communicate to her that she thought it was like some kind of toy. She didn't know it was her child. So after that, they're still when they were still pissed off and hated me. Then I came like back around, and I was I said, us human people do this thing where when someone's gone, there's this music they'll play, and it's Amazing Grace. You know that song. So I didn't sing it, but I took out my phone that had the piano playing that I did of it, and I played that for them, and they were still looking, but they stopped the all that, and the mother crow, she turned at me, and then she flew away, and the dad, he stayed there saying, "I hope you get raped." He was looking at me with such anger, but then he flew away, and since then I haven't had to they don't do that and bother her anymore. But ever since then, they don't see me as like really a friend. They know that they didn't like that I was protecting Miss Look at You after they saw her after their child fell out of the nest, and they saw Miss Look at You run over there and take her into the doghouse. She's the only dog I've ever had who sits on the bench. She has a rash on Miss Look at You. So that's what Miss there it is. It's coming. Look at that, I told you. Do you see it? Oh, that bitch, I want that thing raped. It's that June bug. There's been that one black bumblebee, but I haven't seen it at all. And that thing was probably after me for about 10 years. So I'm thinking it got reincarnated into that June bug because it's still beyond the grave and it still wants me to get raped. But the thing came flying from out of nowhere, hitting my head, running into me on purpose. You know how those things always hit the roofs and shit? But this one coming over and hitting me as I'm watering the grass. Yeah, great. Look at you. Oh, she's all rashy. And when the tree fell down onto the swing, that's when the swing got bent up and messed up. And I think I put it was a big, like, one of the dead branches at the top that was like a big spear, but it went right through, like, the seat. And then the tree is, she's gone. That tickles me. Look at you. Look at you. I think me and Miss Look at you should do like an axe across America. I got bit by these goddamn ants and I saw them biting me. So that is not no monkey pox. That's a goddamn ant bite, like what's happening to poor Miss Look at you. She said, hold me, hold me. She's very tired. Those first couple nights I had her, I held her all night long. And then the next night I slept with her on the floor. Look at this floor. Did you scrub the bathroom floor today? Do you think it's clean? You know what? Christina Crawford was a lying little whore. Oh, look at all that white beard. I need to get a grill. Then that would suit all the metal that's already in it. Now, I just thought about it. My skull. No, that's the hummingbird. I was thinking when it's just my skull, it's gonna have all these really bad messed up teeth. Now it's gonna have this silver and shit in it. Whenever they have that shit about not watering, I always do this. Those cactus, I want to sell them. I was seeing, had this really hokey idea about with my music, my merch. It would be I wanted to sell these big dildos here, these cactus here, and it says they get up to 10 feet. Those bitches are a lot bigger than 10 feet. There's the hummingbird there. And then there's some right there. And all of these, oh, I was Googling. You know what? Should never look at Google Maps and says, here, want to go back in time and see where you've been? I wanted to, it annoyed me. But, now I forgot what I was getting at. Goddamn. I'm trying to, alright, that's it. I wanted to, the cactus, because they start out as little tiny pieces like that. And as much as I hate that godforsaken shitty little town, Hemet, because that's where that old busted faggot lives. And apparently now he has a dog. You know what? Fuck him and his dog. And because the dog that I did like was his, Joe, what he told to me was pretty messed up. When he went to take him to the, he had died and he had no place to bury him at home. No yard. So he said he left him, they put him in a shopping cart and then he went home. So that's what Joe got. He got left in a shopping cart. And that dog made a news in the front page of that shitty little town because there was some kind of burglar trying to break in, and he got cut on his face because he was trying to protect everyone. And to show his respect, he got left in a fucking shopping cart. You know what kind of person does that? A spineless, gutless, cock-sucking son of a bitch. Alright, that's it. I know there's old pictures I have that when I'd go down to that little shithole, you'd see the cactus in the backyard. And you know what? In Arizona, if you steal a cactus, you're going to prison. But if you mess with somebody's heart, there isn't anything anybody can do about it except make check. Sandra Hope. And her daughter's Cashmere. And there's Xanadu, but they're starting with Jasmine. But those cactus in that were his mother's, and she was originally from Mexico. And they were in her backyard. It was her and her husband, not his. He was living there, and then when he got kicked out and all that, after all of those friends that he's always had, that I had to be Glenn's cousin and blah blah blah, all this, not a one of them was there and helped him move a whole house full of furniture. It was me and his sister and her husband, who at the time was 70-something years old. So, but here we are. As you see, you will find that is bigger than 10 feet. And do you see how they grow? But at his mother's house, there was the brick wall in the backyard, and there was, it looked like how that did from the front. Like a big little, I can't describe it, but oh, there's the Buddha flags. And look at this one. So it's definitely over 10 feet. I love the Hearns. I don't care what anyone says. When Jonathan Hearn gets out of prison, I'm throwing him a welcome home party. You watch. So, as I was talking about, instead of some hokey ass t-shirt or some kind of merchandise, I would have these cactus or some sort of all of that shit that you plant and all that, and you know what, it would be something that wasn't good, that would be good for the drought, because you know what I think about the drought. Oh, look at what I'm doing. See, that's me. It's not manipulation. Look. You see, that's still me. I'm not turning it off. So, this is Miss Look at You's bath. Yesterday was hot and sunny all day. So, yeah, it's cold. I wouldn't want to sit in that. So, that would be something to where, since you can start one little piece, because all this shit came from maybe about the Geo completely loaded with the pieces of the cactus from his mother's house. And when I got that, it was like, oh, look at you. The biggest piece was probably about maybe 3. They were pretty big, but that's what I had. And when I got here, and they're all over the place, I just dug a hole. I didn't prepare the soil or shit. I dug the hole and put them in there, and that happens. They grew just fine. Look at you. Hold me, hold me. But, and the flowers they get on them at night, and they own the flowers on them. Do you know that how much they cost? They are priceless. Because you can't get them or pay for them. Because when it opens, there's a trash can in it. And then it's dead before the sun comes out. It opens at once. Hi, Sarah. Oh, look at you. So, I was thinking I could get start little bits of piece of the cactus, and since hey, watch out, you're gonna put her eye out. God damn, she needs her nails cut. I am an artist, but not some little well, but some kind of little pot and have add some kind of pressure to it. So who is that for? S? Oh, it says sonic pressure. What does that say? And people, if you have hummingbirds, and they say, never apply anything to what it hangs on. It could ripple. Yeah. In a perfect world, you didn't have to do that, but here on Earth, no, I'm not going to make myself gay. But if you don't, then you see your whole thing defeat. The ants will go and they'll be inside it. And I know if it's my food, I don't want a bunch of fucking ants. So, I'm not saying to get a thing of petroleum jelly and hang it upside down or put it whole in the jar, but it is going to be a little messy. Oh, notice that. I had just brought it out yesterday, and then I saw her looking at it today. And then about 5 minutes later, I see her laying there, chewing it up. Oh, my foot's starting to hurt. She's gonna start running. You know what? You watch that June bug will come in sometime, flying in here, trying to hurt me. I sure don't hope I'm gonna have to end up getting a fake leg. Oh. But the good thing is I can stand here and do this. And I planted all this grass by hand. Not none of that sod shit, that shit that's phony and rolled out. This was planted by hand. I don't got knives, but I got my hands. I've got knives. I'm a real big fan of Leanne walking. It looked like it was going to be some kind of thunderstorm. Because there's lots of clouds and all that, and it looks like lightning. And I said, if there's some lightning coming down, I'm getting underneath the tallest tree back here. Or I'm going to be running to all of the tallest trees. Here we go. I'm gonna run up on top of that tree and go like this. I'd even put stuff on there to make it even longer. Who's ever driving that car? Oh, look at that. Your car's a piece of shit. And anyone who drives a car like that, or intentionally make those popping sounds, just to let you know, the whole world thinks that you're a cocksucker. It's not cool. So to anyone that has a car that drives like that, yeah. And if you got a problem with it, come on. Bring it on. 0 F given here. There's the Buddha flag. It was right there. Let me show you where I'm watering. Where the stump is, and that little space right there, was where I'd always stand to throw the apples. And none of the horses, none of them in the history of all their horses has ever hung their head over the fence. The fence wasn't that high, but I was standing right here. Oh no, that's not good. See, you hear that? They can hear me. They're my friends. They'll always be my friends. But I was standing right here, and at the time he was one of the new horses, and I was standing on that, and he had his head over the fence right here. And we didn't have any apples that day. I only had carrots. So, and I don't think anyone had ever given that, because he didn't just take it. He was smelling it. But I was holding the carrot, and he had his head over the and I was standing right there, and I could feel his going, like how if you're by a dog and you can hear it's like the dog's breathing on you. And then he was like on the sleeves of my jacket. He was just going like this. Like, he wasn't interested in the carrot. It was like the sleeves of my jacket. And he was like real big, and I was thinking like, whoa, I've never got this close to a horse, and like that close, and to where you can feel his breath on your face and on my arms. So then when he took the carrot, he got this look on his face, and then went back and he started jumping around, and but then like after that, it was last summer I was taking a drink, and he was we were both being like midsummer. And he watched me do that through the over the fence. And then when I'd be cooling him off with the hose, he was looking at me like he wanted the drink. So I was holding it out like that, and he was, you know how dogs do that. I thought it was so like he was thirsty, and he was doing it too. It's like, and then after he didn't go, but he was just looking at me and had like all of this water like on his chin and drink, like he was saying. So I thought that was really cool. And but after that incident, I was so enamored when it happened. Like what does that mean? Because no horse has ever done does that and there's a whole when a horse does that to you, they are saying you that they trust you and you're part of their family, and it's a sign of affection. And that what he had done that. Like I was I wish I could. Oh, mom, can we get a horse? But I have stories from all of the horses that they had, but he was the only one who did the thing where that put his head over the fence and breathed on it. There was the horse Thunder, who I was the first human being he ever saw, because his mother was the first horse who was ever there, and her name was Carmela, and she was pregnant. So during this summer, she was like all plump and preggers, and I was out here doing this. See what I'm doing here? And I came out later on in the afternoon, and then I saw that there was something little in the pen with her. It's like it's the baby. He's here. And he looked at me, and so I was the first human being he saw. And but then since then, there's been so many horses that are there and then they're gone. And this was right before the boy horse. They just got some horse, and she had this really long tail, and her hair was really long. And she was, I could tell she was kind of scared, but she was the new horse that was going to be here. And then I had seen her like when she had been here for a little while, and her tail was cut to maybe about as long as this branch is, and her mane was all cut off. And because when I first saw her, one thing that I told her is that her hair was beautiful. And then when I saw her again, and it was all her tail, and they used their tail to swat the fucking flies away. So why the hell would she do that? So I looked at her and I said, oh, you got a haircut. And I didn't say, it. I know it looks awful. But I told her, I said, your hair was so beautiful. And I would like hose her off, because she'd always like to have drinks too. Because she always thought it was cool when I go. And she had like this bin of water, but she said you can't drink like that and go. So all this horse that was done now, and also instead of killing the whole view is that. But I know they're there, and just a few weeks ago I saw someone popping their head up, and I said hi, but I haven't seen anyone else since. And it used to be whenever they hear the gate open, you'd hear them like getting all excited. And then what sucks is when you don't hear it anymore. You know, and not because, like with Raphael, the silence here these days is deafening, and I fucking hate it. But I have over 100 of the pan videos on my. But here's one of his pans. This one came from that shithole town. He had two of them. It's someone's old drainage oil. But it would let out a good. But no bang from a pan can ever be duplicated like the bangs that he did from the pan. Oh! So, so that he's gone. It's like there's, and I do not think Raphael would want to come back from beyond it to in the. That's like it's like, oh, I thought I heard a pan out there. It's like, no, he's not out there in spirit. It is probably his residual energy that'll be doing that forever. But he is in like the next consciousness, and I will see him when I'm in that consciousness. And so you can hear there's no pan, but now, and I'll come outside because they know that they're going to see no one, that they're there, but it's like their spirits got broken. And especially they get all excited. And I wasn't even their fucking owner. I went and bought apples from the store. If I didn't have any, I made sure I'd go and get them. for the horses, or it would end up like I had to get. There was a hummingbird right there somewhere. So that's how the silence is fucking deafening, and then of the horse it's just there to there. But wouldn't you want to be locked up in a fucking pen all day long, day in and day out, day in and day out? Boy, when mush you. Before all this turned grass, those cocksucker people who lived behind us at the time, whose dog jumped the fence and attacked Mushy, and therefore Mushy had to be chained up. That was her doghouse right there. But after keeping a dog chained up is fucking abuse. And I saw someone on Facebook posted something that's saying, it showed a picture of a dog chained up, and it says, if you do this to your dog, you're an asshole. And there was no way that with how I keep shit real that I was gonna. It's like, no, this is fucking abuse. I'm not gonna say you can't do that and then have a dog that's chained up. No. So that's when we made it the mission, because those people said that they were gonna fix the fence. A month later, me and my brother, we added all of that shit to the fence. And then Mushy was never put on a chain again. And it was only a couple months later that she got real bad leukemia and withered away. I thought, you know what, that's bullshit. And I was determined to heal. I was buying her. It was chicken breast and pumpkin, because she was having this diarrhea that was, it was like, there's no way that she's feeling good if that's happening to her. And it was every day, when she was put on that chain, Bibi Sue had to be put on that, but it would only be during thunderstorms or 4th of July, because she went ape shit and would try and escape. And she wasn't locked up, it would just be for a little bit. If she saw me coming to put her in the thing, she would jump the fence because she didn't want to get put on the. And then when one time I had let Mushy out, like she was running around free, but when I went back in the house, I had to put her on that chain back on. And she had to do that, but she just came. She didn't have a problem. She didn't go and like jump the fence, and she like accepted that that's what. And it was like this little. But she just kept losing weight, but she would she was a fighter, and like not as an asshole, she was tough, and I didn't like seeing all the, like, I thought it was cruel that and like, see, all of the plans back when she was let off of the chain, she didn't mess up anything. And she would do her perimeter of the backyard, and but never left any trails. And Bibby Sue, everything I would plant, she would dig it up and all of that shit. Like my fish, my beta John Paul. I buried him and she dug him up and ate him. And he was the same fish who Bube pulled out of the bowl, and I saw him laying on the ground with cat hair on him, and I go, what is that? And it was John Paul. And he survived it. And when I got Bube, it was 1998. Me, my sister-in-law, and my niece went to Glen Helen Pavilion and saw the Spice Girls. And since that day is also Madonna, Madonna. And also the day that Elvis died. But my mom had gave me Bube, and it was Madonna's birthday. So that was always August 16th is always, a day of celebration time. And I saw she's 64 years old today. But that's why, for hot dogs has me going like this. Because you know what? I ain't no 20-something year old. So I don't do none of that ageist crap. Because ageism is a problem in America. And falling in one of these holes could bring on a gout attack. Well, I need to turn the sprinkler on. Bye!